Hey guys, I'm Melissa and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 easy, delicious, and filling low-calorie density meals. All right, I am going to make a carrot ginger potato soup. This is going to be a really creamy and filling starchy soup. And I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of blending up soups. I just find that I love when all of the flavors are mixed together that way, and just something I really enjoy, especially with fall coming up. All right, let's take a quick look at the calorie density of this meal we're about to make. I often talk about calories per pound, and since I get so many questions about this and how it works, I just thought I would show you a real example with real food that we're about to make. So the carrots, for example, carrots are 186 calories per pound. Celery is 64 calories per pound. Onion is 181 calories per pound. Potatoes, which is our starch, and you know that in all of the meals we want to be including at least 1 wet starch because that really helps with satiation to keep you full for longer. And there are 354 calories per pound of potatoes. And we've got some ginger there as well, and ginger is 371 calories per pound. So now, when we're talking about weight loss following a starch-based, whole food, plant-based, low-calorie density way of eating, I often say you're eating as much as you need until you're comfortably full of foods that are under 700 calories per pound. Now, the highest calorie density of this is the ginger, which is only 371 calories per pound. So this entire meal is incredibly low calorie density. So you can see now how you could fill up 2 large bowls of this soup and eat until you're comfortably full and not even have to think about portion controlling or limiting yourself and still be on track for your weight loss goals. All right, we're gonna start by sauteing our chopped up onion on medium heat for about 5 minutes until the onion looks translucent. And I'm just gonna add in a splash of water since we're not using oil. And now I'm gonna add in a diced up 1-inch piece of ginger, peeled. And I'm just gonna leave the ginger there for about 2 minutes. Now I'm gonna add in 4 cups of water, 4 carrots chopped up, 3 stalks of celery, and 2 potatoes. Now I'm going to add in a tablespoon of garlic powder. We're going to leave it for 20 to 25 minutes on medium heat until the carrots, celery, and potatoes are soft. Now I'm gonna add in a sprinkling of salt. And we are going to move the soup into our blender. I'm using a high-powered blender, and we're gonna blend it until it is creamy and smooth. All right, now I'm going to mix in 1 tablespoon of lime juice, or you can use half of a fresh lime, and a teaspoon of dill. Voila. Now I'm going to make a black bean and avocado stuffed sweet potato. This is an incredibly easy and filling, low calorie density recipe that is also super flavorful, and I am just a really big fan of sweet potatoes. So if you like sweet potatoes like I do, then this might be a recipe that you want to try out. And our first step is going to be rinsing the sweet potato, which I've already done, and poking some air holes to let steam out. We're going to bake it on 450 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. Depending on the size of the sweet potato, it may need a little bit longer. But for this recipe, I recommend using one large sweet potato. I've diced up half of an onion and I'm going to saute it for 5 minutes with a splash of water instead of oil. And then add in half a cup of frozen corn for another 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to add in half a cup of rinsed black beans and warm these up for about 30 seconds on the stovetop. Now I'm mashing up an entire avocado. And I'm adding in a teaspoon of lime juice, the bean, onion, and corn mix. And this is our mixture to go into the sweet potato. And we're gonna stuff it with our filling. And I'm going to eat this just as it is, but if you like, you can add some smoked paprika on top, or maybe even some spice, some chili flakes, some crushed chili powder, or even a drizzle of sriracha sauce. Okay, now I'm going to make a smoky barley baked tofu cucumber salad. This is the first time I'm going to be making this recipe, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Quite a few people have been asking me what they can use instead of rice when it comes to a wet starch, and barley is a great alternative. It's a bit of a heartier grain, and I particularly do like it. You add a little bit of salt while you're cooking it, then the salt is absorbed into the barley and it tastes quite nice. So we're going to use 1 cup of barley, and you're going to bring 2.5 cups of water and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt to a boil. Then you're going to add in the cup of rinsed barley and cook it for about 45 minutes on low to medium heat. At the same time, we are going to bake our tofu on a baking tray. I'm going to use half of this 14-ounce package, and I'm going to dice up the tofu in about 1 centimeter sized chunks. The barley is halfway done being cooked, and I am going to add a few drops of this liquid smoke, which is going to give the barley a hickory flavor. I added about 10 drops in there, and we're going to mix it all together. Liquid smoke is a great way to season your food and add some smoky hickory flavor to any dish, and it's honestly I think about $2 for an entire bottle. I got this at Walmart. For this dish I am using an organic extra firm tofu that I got at Walmart. I think it was $2.50 for the entire package, and this is only half of the package diced up that we're going to be using for this meal. Silken tofu is much better for dessert recipes and blending up if you want to make a creamy dessert type of a dish. But for this dish, I recommend buying extra firm tofu. All right, so now we're going to mix together in a large mixing bowl an entire chopped up cucumber, an entire avocado, half of a chopped up green bell pepper, and half of an onion. Now I'm adding in an entire rinsed can of chickpeas, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a dash of salt, dash of black pepper. I let the barley cool, and now I'm adding all of it to our mixing bowl. And finally, our baked tofu. Okay, let's give this a good mix now. Optionally, you can add a splash of balsamic or apple cider vinegar, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now this is enough for 2 people, and maybe enough for 2 people to even have quite large portions or seconds. But again, remember, when you're eating low calorie density meals, you may find that you need to eat larger portions in order to get full. This is a great meal to make extra of and have for lunch the next day, even the next couple of days, because even if it's been sitting in the fridge overnight, it still tastes really good the next day. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one, and follow along on Instagram at MelissaAlexandria01. And if you want more ideas for recipes, check out the hashtag Low Calorie Density Challenge. All right, I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.